Greetings of peace. My name is Ram Hotep. I'm broadcasting on behalf of 13signsastrology.com. I'm doing this video on money. Money is something that a lot of people that are conscious, cognizant, aware, spiritually astute, they do not like to deal with money. People that are conscious, religious, they don't like dealing with money because it's taught that money is evil, and most crimes that are committed, most fouls that are done in society, most evils are all rooted in money for the most part here in this matrix. Most of your lower vibrational acts are rooted in money, and I will agree with that. But just because your lower vibrational acts are rooted in money does not mean that, fiat notes, because it's not money. It's fiat notes, and I want to make sure that's clear. Yeah, we need the fiat notes to get to the real money, but yet and still they are fiat notes, and I want to just throw that out there. So people do a lot of lower energy stuff to get these fiat notes. They do a lot of lower energy stuff. You know, people are criminals, drug dealers, prostitution, just whatever, you know, a lot of lower chakra stuff just to get some money. You know what I'm saying? People do these things or whatever, and I myself have took part in doing lower energy vibrational things myself as well to get some money. So definitely not here to judge anybody, but just here to make a point that money here in the matrix is frowned upon by most spiritual people, because spiritual people are striving to do better and be better, and they feel like if they're out here chasing money and trying to acquire wealth, that this is going to lower their energy. And they're right. But unfortunately, to the spiritual people out there, you still need money to make it in the matrix. You still need fiat notes to make it in the matrix. This is why you have so many people that are calling themselves sovereigns and all of this other stuff, but they still need fiat notes. They still are dealing with, a sovereign deals with money. A real sovereign deals with real money, resources, not fiat notes. So if you're sovereign, this means you don't deal with fiat notes. So if somebody tries to give you fiat notes, you'll say no thank you. So if somebody's saying they're 100% sovereign and they're still dealing with fiat notes, you need to tell them that they need to go back and do a little bit of research, because like, again, you can accept whatever you want to accept, but as a true sovereign, if you were really true to it, you would not be dealing in fiat notes. You wouldn't need it. You wouldn't want it, because sovereigns deal in gold and money and resources, tangible, hands-on resources. But anyway, so in the matrix, there's a few ways to get money. Some people don't want to be rich, and other people do want to be rich. Those people that want to be rich, most people believe if they're going to be rich, they're going to hit the lottery to get it. This is like pretty much the average person that thinks about, like, if they need some quick money or fast money, they're going to hit the lottery. The criminal-minded person will think about doing a crime to get the money. You know, the liberal person, not the liberal person, but the honest, hard-working individual will go get a job to get some money so that they can take care of their family. The gambler or the risk taker may try to start a business to get some money. So it's different ways to get money in here in the matrix. Some people are born into money, and the money is passed on to them as far as an inheritance. So this is how some people get rich. There's a lot of ways to get rich, but at the end of the day, the way that these people got the matrix set up, the average person is never going to get rich. But not only that, not even just rich though, that's one level to it, but the average person is not going to even ever become financially free. It's not going to happen. And the reason why the average person is not going to become financially free is because they do not want to deal with the occult. And in the occult, money is taught in a way that allows you to think outside the box. Money is not taught from a linear perspective. In the matrix, money is taught like this. You get you a job, you work hard, you get money. You get you a job or a job. And my first financial freedom teacher taught me that a job stands for just over broke. J-O-B, job, just over broke. And I'm not knocking anybody that has a job here. I'm not here to do that. Some people have careers. It's a big difference. Now, if you have a career, that's different. But jobs is when you're living check to check, doing something that you do not like to do. And you're just over broke because they pay you just enough to be able to live a poor lifestyle in the Matrix. And it's designed that way for a reason. These people that designed this Matrix, they have it set up to where, trust me, every time a loophole is discovered to reach $1 million, they're going to close that loophole up. They're going to close that window up. They're going to make sure, like some people they find like every so many years a loophole opens up so that people that are normal can become rich and financially free. Not rich, but financially free. And this loophole is always closed up, or this window is always closed up once, you know, the powers that be in the Matrix figure out that people are breaking through and becoming financially free off this loophole. Because the Matrix exists off of poverty and ignorance. And poverty and ignorance go hand in hand, like hand in glove. Poverty and ignorance. Wherever you see ignorance, there's poverty. Wherever you see poverty, there's probably ignorance. There's probably no schools. If a neighborhood is poor, there's probably low budget schools or no schools at all in that neighborhood. So poverty equals ignorance, and ignorance equals poverty. And these people that control this Matrix, they got this game on lock. They figured out a way to keep people controlled and up under the spell of the Matrix by keeping them dependent on their money and dependent on their fiat notes and keeping them in poverty. This is how they do it. Classism is the new ism. Racism still exists. Sexism still exists. But women have more rights than they ever had. I'm not saying it's equal with men. I'm not saying that, but women have more rights now than they did in the 60s. You know what I'm saying? And then as far as the races, so-called black people, which is really, there's no such thing as a race and there's no such thing as a black person, but for the lack of a better word, so-called black people are doing a little bit better as far as on a race level, as far as, you know, being accepted. Now, I'm not saying it's perfect. I know people are still getting killed by the police, and I realize there's still racism. I realize that. What I'm saying is that the people in the Matrix, they've kind of changed that game. Yeah, you still got racists out there, but the Matrix isn't supporting racism. What the Matrix is supporting as far as the ism is classism. That's the ism that they're supporting now. See, at one point, the Matrix was supporting racism. They were supporting it, meaning that that was the agenda, or that was the paradigm for the Matrix at one point, racism. At one point, sexism was the agenda and the paradigm for the Matrix. Now, it's classism. Classism is the new paradigm. Those people that have more are separated and put into different categories and statuses, legal statuses, based on what you have. You see, going and doing some paperwork and calling yourself a citizen or a sovereign is not enough anymore. You see, because they've changed the game. See, they've made the game, it's a corporate game now, and it's all about money. That's what it's all about. It's not about anything else but money. You go to work every day for money. The average person spends, I'll say, at least 60 or 70% of their time thinking about or putting in work for money. So this whole Matrix is about corporations and monopoly money, or fiat notes, or notes, which is debt. So that's what it's all about, or whatever. So in order for you to break free from this, you have to realize that they have all of these different illusionary routes and ways and methods and avenues on getting free. But if you try to travel down any of them, you're going to realize that they don't really work. They don't really work. So basically what you have to do is to really achieve financial freedom. The only way to achieve financial freedom is to come up with your own solution. The only way to come up with your own solution to financial freedom is to know yourself and to know what you need here in this Matrix and what you can go without and what you don't need. For instance, some people have more of a karma for material things, which means they're going to need a little more material items to make it. They just do. Just like women. Women need more material to make it, because the term mother goes back to the term matter, which goes back to the term material. All of these terms are one and the same. Material, mother, matter, matrix. All basically go back to the same thing, which is dealing in material and things. They need things. Women need more things than men. It's just a given fact. Women have the children. Women are responsible for more, so they need more things. It's a natural mode of survival. You know what I'm saying? It's a natural mode of survival for women, so I'm not knocking that. This is nature here. Women need more things. It always has been like that. It's a part of nature. But you need to get to a point where you can learn about your natal chart, and you can you can learn how to tweak your life so that you can be able to produce enough money to get the things that you need, and that's it. And the things that you might want, I'm sorry, you can have some wants. I'm not saying that, because wants and needs really if you get into metaphysics, you should learn how to balance your wants and needs. They should balance each other. So really needs should be wants and wants should be needs. They should really go one and the same. You know what I'm saying? But that's how you work your energy or whatever. So you should be able to get the things that you want and need. But when I say you want and need, not from a standpoint of a lower vibrational want and need based on being lustful, materialistic, based on all these lower level energies to where you just want things to fulfill a certain addiction that you have for having things. Not on that level. When I say getting things, it's on a level of your spiritual growth, the things that you will need to maintain your spiritual life. Like you need herbs. Herbs cost money, y'all. Like people that are trying to be spiritual, they need herbs. You know what I'm saying? They need to go to yoga class. All this stuff costs money. Chakra balancing sessions. You got to go get readings when you're spiritual because, you know what I'm saying, you have to get your energy read to see where your energy is at. See, when you get a reading, it's not for you. It's not to lock you into this is what's going to happen to you. It's to teach you where your energy is at so you can change the future. The future is always changing. So when you get a reading, you want to learn how to change your future and to make it better. So we got to get readings. We got to get chakra balancing sessions. We have to get items, spiritual items, crystals and stuff. This is all stuff that people that are spiritual have to get. So we still need things. Even when we become crystalline or crystalline beings and go totally into the fourth dimension, we will still very much need certain material things. We will still be somewhat material beings. We still will be. So we still will need things. So the spiritualist has to still balance with material. It's not that he or she is a materialist, but you have to balance with the material. So this is all about money. So if you want to break free from the matrix and become financially free, you have to do something that they didn't expect you to do. Got to do something that they just didn't expect. And this is why rituals and money rituals are so key, and that can help you to get wherever you're trying to get. There are entities out there that are what we call abundance angels. Some people call them money angels. Money entities. These particular spirits they work for money. You employ them as a magician and you put them to work for you, and they will bring you money, fortune, material things. And there's rituals to do this. And I have a ritual on my website called the Money Ritual. It's also called the Hidden Treasure Ritual. And in this ritual, it teaches you how to attract and call on these abundance angels. It teaches you how to do these things. And it's a video involved with the ritual as well. And it basically just goes into how to work a ritual to attract. And to properly work a ritual to attract, you have to have enough energy available to attract the particular deity that you're trying to attract. And the way that you get this energy is you have to become a transmitter of energy through your pineal gland. And you want to do this at a certain time. You do rituals at a certain time. You want to use certain words to be able to attract certain financial entities into your life to help you. And people are going to say, you're nuts. There are no financial entities. Or what are you talking? You're just on this video. You're just sounding crazy. Like, there's no financial entities here. You got to pray to God, and God is going to help you. No, I'm specific. God just means to invoke. God just means force and power. But what God are you going to call on? Yeah, I am going to call on God to give me some money. But which God? And that's what it comes down to. Because people say, well, there's only one God. Well, that's not true. That's not true. Because God is a title that many deities and many entities, I should say, can wear. Many beings can wear the term God. And on a certain level, I'm a God. On a certain level, you're a God. We're all gods on different levels. So when you say, I'm going to depend on God, yeah, you can say you're going to depend on yourself to get money, but even in doing a ritual, that is depending on yourself. You depend on your own energy. So if you're looking at God from a sense of depending on yourself, you need yourself to be able to do this ritual. You need the right type of energy within yourself or within your being to be able to perform rituals properly. So you're still depending on yourself. But to say that you're going to, this is why so many broke spiritual people, I don't care if Christians, Muslims, New Agers, astrologers, just people that are poor, and I was one of them. You know what I'm saying? Poor people that So I'm saying I experienced this, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not just talking shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm speaking from experience. This is why so many conscious people in general are poor, because we believe that since we're conscious and right, that everything's supposed to go right for us and the money is just going to come. And that's just how it works. When the angels operate off free will, beloved, you have to attract them. See, they operate off a different law than us. They could be looking at you and be like, yeah, you are doing good, but he hasn't asked for our help, or she hasn't asked for our help. So we're not going to come. We're not going to come because he or she has not asked for our help, so we're just going to observe. They do not intervene unless you call on them. You have to call on them. And that's where the rituals come in at. Now, the rituals are effective because, think about it. In the Matrix, they rule over you and keep control over you based on rituals. This is how they get their money. See, this is what people fail to realize. Like, all of these pyramid schemes, get-rich-quick schemes, all this saving, even saving to wealth, that stuff doesn't work. That stuff doesn't work. If you're talking about you really want to get money or being rich, this is for people that really want to get money. Now, like I said, the hidden treasure ritual is for more than just money. It's to find your fortune and your treasure. So it's not all about money or material things or even fiat notes, any of that. It's not about it's not all about any of that. But we need those things in order to get to the material things or get to the real money. Like, you need fiat notes so that you can purchase gold. You need fiat notes so you can purchase land. You need fiat notes so you can purchase a house, purchase materials to build a house. You see, you need fiat notes so you can get an electrically powered car. So you need fiat notes, you know what I'm saying, to get to real financial freedom. And the people that run this matrix, they work in these rituals deep. See, they know these rituals, and this is how they keep everything going. If you notice, every month there's a holiday. And holidays equal money. And holidays are rituals. So that's what I'm trying to explain to you. Holidays are rituals that most people partake in every month. With the exception, I believe, of August. I don't think there's a holiday in August from what I know. A major Western holiday in August. Correct me if I'm wrong. But every month, there's a holiday. Every month, there's a holiday. And it's a reason for that. It's the ritual aspect. That's one aspect of it, because they got to offer the energy over to the deity that they're working with. And then the money aspect. They get the money back through the entity, though. See, it's not the holiday that really gets you all into it. Like, it's not the actual day of Christmas and the fact that it's Christmas that has your energy so revved up to celebrate Christmas. It's the fact that the energy of that day and the deity that they're working with for that particular ritual of Christmas, the Saturn deity, because that's the Saturn deity that they're working with for Christmas. That's what they're working with. The particular Saturn deity that some people call Satan is that the power of Saturn is strong during the time of Christmas. It's strong. So yeah, they're working with the deity to get you caught up into it. So this is why you're so like, I want to celebrate Christmas, or I at least want to get a gift, or I at least should buy this. And the spirit, the Christmas spirit, where does the Christmas spirit come from? It comes from the deity. It comes from the deity that they're working with. So if you want to be successful in working rituals, it's about energy. That's why they harness so much energy. So they need your energy to partake in these holidays so that the deity that they're working with will continue to respond to them and listen to them. And the deity needs energy so that it can stay alive in the part of the astral plane that it's located in. So that's why the deity is working with these particular people to give them money. And that's what it's all about. It's not about right and wrong. It's about knowledge. It's about knowledge. And that's the only way you're going to get out of this, is by having certain knowledge so that you can know what they're doing and you can know how to get out of what they're doing. Because they're working rituals on you all the time. So working a money ritual, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. And there are abundance angels there for you. But if you don't want to call on them, it's cool. I'm not here to convince you, you know what I'm saying, about working with money angels. I'm definitely not here to convince you on that. Because, I mean, I know it works. I don't have to say anything. I know it works. Because I was in a state before this ritual, before this hidden treasure ritual that I have on my website that's dealing with money. I know where I was at before that. And I was fucked up. Like, for real. Like, I was messed up, you know what I'm saying, financially and emotionally and spiritually on a lot of levels. I didn't even know my own worth. I had self-worth issues. So I know, you know what I'm saying, working with this hidden treasure ritual has worked for me. And this is why everything that I promote on my website, I've tried myself and used it for my own personal gain, though. Like, when I say I tried, I didn't use it, try it just one time so I could sell it to you. No, I tried this stuff years, way before I even had 13signsastrology.com. I was trying this stuff. So I was trying this stuff years before that. So, like, even my meditations, all of that stuff. This is techniques that are years in the making. I did a lot of tweaking to get this stuff to where it's at right now. So, and I know this stuff works. You know what I'm saying? And it will work for you. It will work for you. You know what I'm saying? It's just all about putting in the right type of energy, doing the work. Money rituals work. They work. And there's other money rituals. Besides myself, of course, there are always other people out there that are offering these type of things or whatever. So it's all about you really just getting out of the whole, what we used to call back in the 5%er days, the mystery God mode of waiting on some mystery God to bring you everything that you need to eat, and begin to put in this energy yourself and get the stuff that you need to eat by putting in, using your energy to get it. You know what I'm saying? You have to put in work. And a lot of people, when they think about putting in work, they want to go work for somebody. When I say put in work, I'm talking about putting in ritualistic work. See, that's the work I'm speaking of. You know what I'm saying? You have to put in work if you want to get the things that you want. You have to work with your ancestors. You have to work with the angels, the abundance angels, so that they will listen to you. If you don't talk to them and work with them, then they will not respond to you. See, the way the spirit realm works is, like, if you do the rituals or whatever, if you don't constantly work in, like, the paranormal, intuitive type of realm, your chi on that level is going to be low. So things aren't going to work for you. But if you're constantly working with the unseen realm and constantly putting in work with them and constantly paying your dues and doing what you got to do with the spiritual world, with your guys and with your angels, and when they tell you to do something, you listen to it and you follow it. You know what I'm saying? You don't question it, you don't doubt it. See, the more you believe in what they're telling you and you fall out and move out on it, the more they're going to bring in blessings to you. And the more the abundance is going to come in, because it's totally based on your level of belief. And this is why I can't endorse, some people say, well, you're not supposed to believe. That's be-la-eve. I don't endorse that. Because as a magician, you can't even get into magic unless you believe first. If you don't believe in yourself, then it's not going to work. And we teach belief in magic from 3 steps. Belief is the first step. Faith is the second step. And fruition is the third step. Belief, faith, and fruition. To see your beliefs turn into fruits. This is what fruition is. To see your beliefs become tangible. And you have to have the faith. And the faith is based on knowledge. You see, faith without works is dead. Faith without knowledge is dead. This is what the Bible even says. So you need to have belief in it first. Then you have to have the faith or the knowledge or the fortitude to put in the work. And then you will bring your goals, your ideas, whatever it is that you want into fruition by putting in the work and doing what you got to do. So this is how it works. This is how it works. I mean, all of this other stuff about working hard at a job and, you know what I'm saying, and punching a 9 to 5, you're not going to get rich and really get the things that you want. You're not going to get your fortune that way. You're not going to get your fortune that way unless that is your fortune. If that's your fortune, you're happy with it, because your fortune is what you're happy with doing. So if that's your fortune, you're happy with punching the clock, then cool. Like I said, I'm not here to upset the system. If you're happy with the amount of money you get from that, when I say happy, I'm talking about on every level. You should be able to get the amount of money you want. Just because you're conscious don't mean you have to settle. You don't have to settle, no. You don't have to settle just because, oh, I'm conscious, I don't need a lot, I got to just settle for this. No. You don't have to settle just because you're conscious. You don't have to do that. I don't promote that. I don't promote that because a lot of people came back needing those earth lessons, needing those financial lessons, needing those money lessons. A lot of people came back with that. So you don't have to settle, beloved. You have to get what you want so that you can balance your energy so that you won't come back. You see, because you came here to experience certain things. See, this is the spiritual doctrine that a lot of people don't want to think about or teach about, is the fact that there is no right or wrong. There is no standard. There's only experience. That's it. You came back to experience. And you will get judged by your faults, not for them. You will get judged by your faults, not for them. That's something that you really have to remember. So all of this stuff is about energy, and you will get judged by your actions, not for them. So if you put in actions that will allow you to manifest money, you will get money. Then money is what you will get. If you put in action to manifest love, then love is what you will get. If you put in action to manifest hate, hate is what you will get. You see, so you get what you put out. You get what you put out. If you have low self-esteem, you attract people that have low self-esteem. You want to work with your energy and begin to change your energy to attract the things that you want. You want to begin to put in the work to call on the abundance angels so that they can come to you and help you. And you have to attract them to you. They're watching all the time. You got angels that's here on the scene watching, looking out for you. But you have to attract them and learn how to communicate with them by building up alliances with them on a spiritual level, by communicating with them, by listening to your first thought. Always listen to your first instinct, to your first thought. When you don't listen to it, you're pushing them away from you. So look at it like that. Every time they tell you to do something, like, don't you talk to her. And you say, something told me not to talk to her. And you go and talk to her anyway. You know what you just did? You just pushed them away from you. You just pushed them away from you. That was your ancestors. That was the money, the abundance angels. That was the guides. You pushed them away from you. But when you listen, you say, oh, he told me not to talk to her. I'm not talking to her. And you walk away. Then they get louder. Then the voice gets louder. Then it says, don't go down that street. Go right. Don't go left. You go right. Then you might even see them. Then you might start seeing them. Because once they, see, it's about intuition. They operate off your intuition. The more you believe in your belief. So the more you believe, then you might see them. You see, because they start to come on the scene. You know what I'm saying? And people might think this stuff is crazy and delusional and all that stuff, but most people that are calling stuff crazy and delusional are a part of a matrix in a world that is crazy and delusional, and they put their energy into it. So I'm questioning you, period, then. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're calling work with angels and entities crazy and delusional, but then you put your energy into the matrix, I'm calling you crazy and delusional. Because the matrix is crazy and delusional. But people in the matrix are like hamsters, working at a job, running in place. I mean, like they're just running in place, running. Just running in place, getting nowhere though. Working on your job 30 years, retire, and then go back to work at another job. That's crazy and delusional. That's crazy and delusional. So I'm not going to sit up here and, like I said, beat up on people. I just want to make these points because this stuff is real. And if you want the angels to work for you, the abundance angels, if you're interested in learning how to work rituals so that you can attract money to yourself, whatever money, material things, the type of job that you always wanted, the type of car that you always wanted, if you're interested in anything like that, I do have a ritual. It's an earthly ritual. It's an earth deity. Working with an earth deity is located on my website again. You can visit it at 13signsastrology.com. It's located on the link below if you're interested in ordering that money ritual. It comes with the video and all of that, so it explains the ritual in depth. So I thank you for watching this brief video on the money angels, and until we meet again, I'm going to leave you in peace.